It's 16 a.m. This tournament just started 1 minute ago. I just registered 1 minute late. Yeah, so here we are. Gonna kick up some music. Hopefully my sound's a little better today, but we'll see. Never quite know. It's supposed to be royalty-free songs. Hopefully that works out today. And hopefully my background noise is cut out a little bit more. Tried to work really hard on that yesterday. Alright, let's change the name of this tournament, right? Let's give it the old business. And old. Alright. Not 110, 1K guaranteed. I think I forgot to edit my stream name before I begin. So let's pop it up there, do that too. Day 9. MGT, SMG 9. Got quite a few followers yesterday, really appreciate it. I've tried to set up follows better today, so hopefully we hear sounds, we see when people follow. Get a little appreciation out there for when people bother to click that button, because I really do appreciate it. We're going to go with the 3-bet here. We're pretty deep still. We could just flat. We definitely want to see it heads up if we can get there though. We don't want to get too crazy pre-flop, but if we have to, we'll do it. We're 160 bigs deep, so not really wanted to get too crazy. Just heads up is our main goal. I'm sure he's got a decent hand starting with 2.6. It's a beautiful flop for us, typically. I think we'll just standard c-bet half pot. Take it down. The next big-ish tournament, something that we would actually want to play, we could play the Bubble Rush in 5 minutes. I'm not really that keen on Bubble Rushes in general, but we could. Let's get some sit and go going. I'm going to register 90 man. Maybe they'll flow today. Get in the 360. It's almost finished registering. We did pretty good in that yesterday. We got 3rd. This is probably our best finish we had in a little bit on those. They seem to be high variance and a little difficult to do well in typically. You gotta get some luck, that's for sure, because the format doesn't allow too much play. So you gotta win some flips. That's part of most poker. Okay, table 2's up. Got this little puppy over here. I'll put the right tag on it. Oh, we already got the right tag. But it's a little long, right? So let's figure that out. Do we need to say that it's a no limit hold'em? I think that's probably quite understood at this point. No limit might be okay by itself. We have table 1 and table 2. Go back to some action, hit that fold button. Probably going to take a little longer to set up tables when I enter new ones and things like that. But in general, at least it might be easier to follow the action. It's the hope and the goal. Only 5 of 90 registered in the 90-minute mark. A little bit on the disappointing side. Get some payout. I don't know. Tempted to go into that bubble rush. Let's do it. Let's just do it. So we're playing slightly higher than typical if we do that, but I think we can. It's going to register in 2 minutes. This little puppy over here is the one. I'm going to edit that name. Name barely fits. Let's be real. Alright, we got some action over here. Let's just check it. We open pre. We could keep pressure. He doesn't really have a queen too often, but he does have things like 10 jack, 9 jack, jack X. Like, there's a lot of stuff that can kind of be in this range. Can we call for backdoor kind of stuff? Yeah. Okay. Picked up a little equity here. A 9 gets us there, or a king, right? So we got a double belly buster, is that what you call it? I don't know. Double gut shot. That works. Nada on the river. Check it back. See what he's doing this with. It was just a min bet on the flop, right? He could have an 8 or 4, something that kind of hit, but didn't. If he did, I don't really expect him to bet the river, because he's got showdown value, right? So now I'm putting him more in the camp of a queen. But why would he fade the jack? He'd continue pressure if he had the queen, right? I think there's reasons to call here, but ace high is not one of them in my opinion. We're just going to fold it out. Alright, we got into that bubble rush. Not full. A little cold today. We're in the Philippines, so it's super hot out, and a lot of times, like, I just don't want my computer to get too hot. It's a good computer and everything, but I don't think it would fare too well with the heat out there. So I keep the air conditioner on, and right now I'm getting hammered by this thing. It's just a little cold for me. I'm gonna fold. Messed around with the HUD today. As you can see, this little part at the bottom, 360 turbo, whatever. That's the text was there yesterday, but I don't know if it was easy to see. So we're gonna do little opening things here, even though it's already opened ahead of, like, someone's part of it. We just doesn't hurt us to just do a little bump. We could limp behind easily. I think we might change our play if we had like 2s or 3s or something, which we're not too excited to get more in pre-flop necessarily. But 8s are decent. We don't want people in the blinds to just get there completely free. Up on this table, it went limp. I limped behind, and then we had an open ball call, and I think now we got the odds to be part of it. Disaster has struck over here. Gonna hit the fold button. I mean, Coolius came in. Yeah. I expected him to have kind of better there, I guess. It's fine. Over on table 2, this is what's going on. Probably not the best flop. This guy bet before. I don't think, like, if we bet this, I don't think we can expect worse to call. Whereas if we check, I think worse can bet. Here's some backdoor. We have a jack that could hit and give us some equity. There we go. Do a little bet on the river. I mean, he bet 1 and now he might do something. Okay. Gonna take our time. Make this feel like it's something serious for us. And not too much time. We're gonna pop it in the middle. I think after an 18 bet he's not giving up there. He had a queen 2, fair enough. Well, I mean, we're never folding that obviously because we just have the nut hand. But I don't think we can expect him to have a queen there too often, right? And I think his min bet, just a strange move, right? But he's done that twice now. He's min bet flop, right? In position. Something to keep note of. We're going to call here. We certainly have odds to call. I'm just thinking if we have odds to push. I know it's the turbo, so we're kind of 360 turbo needs a little bit more special attention in situations. Because I think other people kind of go a little nuts with hands that don't necessarily warrant it. Dead to a 10 here, obviously. I don't think there are too many 10s in the opening range of this guy. Gonna put half pot in. Okay, we take it down. Over on this table, we opened, it got called, we checked, it got opened. He's put in half pot bets twice now. I'm gonna keep calling. I mean, we have overs. I don't expect him to bluff the river, to be honest, unless he actually hit that queen. Half, 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 huh? We're gonna call it off. I don't think that we're good here most of the time, but we're good, like, I think 25% of the time we're good here. Okay, there we go. Take it down. Let's make a note of this guy. Did he just call pre? Or did he rebump? I opened. He rebumps minimum, right? So, 3 bet. Sorry for hearing my clicky clicky. Alright, I think we want to bet this. Just because we want to thin the herd a bit. Okay, well, we have a king, but he might have the real king. I don't want to get too deep here. I'm just gonna fold it. It's a pretty serious 3-bet. He's got position on us on every street going forward. We can be good there sometimes. But I think what he's doing there represents sets or better kings, to be honest. Maybe just a pair that doesn't want to play, like if he had 10s, jacks or something. Just wants to see where he's at, that's fine too. We don't know enough though, so we're gonna move on. Alright. I'm still writing on this other one. Okay. Finished our note on him. That's good. Up on here. Do a little open. Do a little razzle dazzle taz. Thanks for tuning in, by the way. Appreciate it. No real tournaments popping off in a little bit. We're still waiting on that 90 min. We're 5 of 90 still registered. So I don't have the highest hopes in that one. Maybe we'll just pop into a 45 man, something like that. There's 40,000 people on PokerStars right now. There were, I think, 150,000 when I looked last night at midnight, or that kind of time. So heads up, there could be a reason to c-bet, especially if we were in position, but we're out of position. It's three-way. I don't necessarily want to do things here. Of course we have equity. We can hit an ace or a jack, but out of position, we can't really even claim too much value from that. So let's play a little passive. Back on this table, we went limp, limp, limp. This guy opens it up. We've got a decent hand to see multi-way. I suspect if we call, we do see it multi-way. I think it's kind of rare that a limp will just like shove it in or something. It's possible. We get a cold call. Or sorry, we get a 3-bet. So I don't know. And now this guy's not part of it. This is interesting dynamic, right? So this guy's not part of it anymore. Like, he wasn't being as aggressive as he was before. Just gonna call. Alright. 8's good for us. We have a backdoor flush draw. We have a backdoor flush draw, a gut shot. I think people are probably checking an ace here, or a jack, and they're willing to check call it. So I think our bluff value is nothing, or to get them off the hand. So we're just gonna check it back, get our free draw. If we draw to still an 8 being our happy card for the straight, but we have a flush draw now. It may not be the best of flushes. I suspect it's not the best of flushes, but we're gonna call. Alright. That's probably not the best card for us. We just wanna, yeah, we're gonna get out of the way of that kind of bet. Hey, King Raven. Nice to see you. Haven't got our other table up yet. Should be playing 4. We've only got 2. Sorry if I don't respond to chat in time, by the way. Sometimes my focus of what's going on in the tables gets in the way.
Coming back for the double. As we fly through the rubble.
I mean, this guy hasn't given up much. I think we're just gonna min and re-pop it. We don't mind getting in with a 2.9. We don't really want to get too deep with Filtro with ace-4 off. Ace-4 off still decent. This guy's sitting out. I think these could be reasons that Frank was limping. Didn't really want Filtro along the way, unfortunately. Especially not two of them. That's fine, we hit a 4. Queen 9's kind of in the range of a lot of what people could be having here, but we're going to bet. We're going to bet 1/3. It's going to put some pressure on people as a hope. But I don't know that they really fold to pressure, so maybe it's not so good. Maybe we should just check called, or checked it down for value. Less likely there's a queen out there now, or there's a queen that's really happy right now. What you just saw was my HUD going nuts. He's going to check that back. If they were scared of the queen and now they're less scared of it because it's less likely to be the the thing to fear. We're just gonna check it down, see what Filtro does. I think Filtro is more aggressive, and we take it. Alright. A little pot for us. We're against Ace 8, so Filtro wasn't playing a disastrous hand or anything. I think he's actually shown up with decent so far. He won with the kings, right? Things like that. So we haven't really seen him play out of line too much. He's kind of loose and fairly truthful post-flop so far. He just doesn't really like to give up. He's kind of a sticky Mickey. We don't mind sticky Mickeys, we just need to know who they are. We can get some value out of them. Pocket fours. We're just gonna call behind on this, aren't we? So like, my trepidation is that we call behind and one of these guys with 15 or 16 big shoves, and we're not too happy with force at that point. They just limp it, it's okay. I could have technically repopped it to see it with Frank. The last time we tried to repop it, Phil and Junior Unum decided to come along. So it didn't really work out for us. We're obviously going to call the repop, going to check it down. Hopefully Junior Junum decides to check it down with us. If he continues aggression, he's probably got something better than pocket fours. He's doesn't really look like he's played too aggressively before. I suspect he has Ace X or something in that range, which sucks by this river because now we're completely counterfeit. But I think there's no point in bluffing that river with the counterfeit. So we lost a few chips there. I'm gonna unregister this 90-man. I don't think it's ever going at this time, unfortunately. Can we hit 45? Let's do that. I don't think we fared so well in the 45s lately. Doing decently, but not amazingly. Let's do a little bit of table management. It's already got a good label. Alright, fine with that. This is what we're looking at today, folks. This is our full scale going on, and as you can see, top up here we've got the hot 110, and over there we've got the 10-cent 360 turbo. Down there's the 45 just starting up, and over here we've got the 55 bubble rush. 55 cents, that is. We're gonna fold this, pop over here, and I think we could defend this, except we haven't seen this guy do anything yet. So I think we're just asking for trouble, and why would we just float chips out into the world when we can keep them for ourselves? So this hand hurts. People will do this with crazy hands, but I'm gonna go with the side of caution, and we'll make a note if someone else gets in there. We're flipping with ace king, ace queen, and we're way behind on kings, queens, aces, obviously. I don't think people do this super light all the time, but I do suspect one of these guys is doing it light. We will find out. First hand 45s though. People are sometimes maniacs, and we're certainly going to make notes on people in this one. 8 king, wow. So we backed off wrong. That's fine though. Now we know for the future, and do we really want to risk our stack when we don't know who or what they are? So first hand 45, king 8 suited, shoves 75 big lines to plus 1. Right. We're gonna min open. We're gonna make a note on the other guy too. Jack 10 off. Called off under the gun plus 1 shove first right? So we probably... I don't know if he actually shoves that same hand. Yeah. Maybe he has a note on the other guy. I'm not sure he actually shoves himself. Okay. I have to fold this. I'm gonna head on up to this. Only 20 bigs left. We're gonna shove it. Hopefully pick up blinds if Filtro decides to call. We have a decent hand to be shoving here anyway, so we might pick up chips. I don't want to do like some min open things and see overcards hit the board. So I think 21 bigs in a 360 turbo, this is fine. Picking up chips is a good thing. We're making him think. If he calls us light, 7s are still pretty good. So we're not too upset. Of course we want to win if he calls us. Alright. Time folded. It's good news for us. If he's actually sitting out, we could min open this. Could we? Yeah. I don't expect Jinim to fold too often. We're gonna try a C-bet. Pretty small. We didn't really hit that board, but we took it. So let's make a note on Jinim. Folds to 1/3. C-bet. Check / fold. Okay. We could be trying to steal this, but it looks like Filtro just came back. It kind of sucks that the people to our left are the two loose people. It seems to be the case quite a bit. Makes it kind of difficult to steal. I mean, obviously, there's two people sitting out, so you can steal there, but we don't have ultimate positions on those people. We saw Ace King with Ace 9 do some fun things. Did they get that in pre-flop? I'm gonna fold this. Not because I think it's a bad hand, but I think that people are gonna do exploity things or unfun things to me. Yeah, he did flat with Ace 9 off, huh? Okay, back on this. Let's get some action going on these tables. Let's have a look at this one. Given the way that action has been going in this table, by the way, we're going to shove this. We don't really want calls from the biggest stacks. We don't mind a call from the 5x or the 10x, truthfully. But ideally, we just get it through. I think this guy's fairly truthful. This guy might call because he's just so low, but wow. Just gives it up. It's good for us. Over on this table, we've got some thoughts. Trying to see what this guy has done in the past. King Queen's behind quite a few things, typically. And he only flatted with King Jack in the past. And things like that. I think we're just gonna fold. Losing some time bank because it is a different format. We can't be results oriented. I think we did the right thing. some pressure on us on this table. This is the 360 turbo. It runs pretty quick. Gotta make some moves at some point. Sorry for bashing my mic so much, by the way. Bad habit. This going on over here. We're gonna fold it. But this guy seems to be playing a little bit aggressive, you could say, at the moment. He's picked up some chips. But he was the guy to flip with the 10 jack offsuit early. So we don't know. He's obviously willing to take those variant spots. He just may have had a read on that other guy is all I'm thinking. But even if he's got a read, I don't think 10 jack offsuit is the best call in that spot for 75 big blinds. You have the ability, you have the possibility people behind you can call too. I just think even if you had like a pure read that guy is just playing disgusting any hand all in every, I still think that is asking, like someone behind can just wake up, right? And you just lost your tournament because you wanted to take a flip. I think we're gonna open. Just been opened. I think 2.2. There's no real need to make it bigger at this point. Typically we will, but according to the player we're against, we're gonna alter that just to see what happens. I think he might actually squeeze it, to be honest. Now that this guy's come along, we got lucky there. We didn't really connect with this board. We might win king high. We'll find out. We've got some action on another table, but let's check this down and find out first. There we go. Okay, back to this one. We're gonna call. He limped, then he bet. We have a jack. Oh, this is a little sad. Full pot bet could mean a better jack. And it's a pot, right? What did he bet on the flop? Yeah, he bet 67% on the flop, and then he's betting full pot on the turn. I think he's representing a better jack. He's representing a better jack, 2-pair, over pairs. Maybe he's doing it with like 9s or 10s or something weird, but truthfully, I think. Let's go back to this one. I think we're fine there. This table's getting a little weird. King 10 suited is going to be a shove if it gets to us. I have no doubt in my mind about that. In we go. I don't think we're way ahead, but we have a chance to pick up chips. That's the goal. Had we not shoved the last one, I think we would consider this, but we're going to get out of the way. I believe that these two will be involved as much as possible most of the time. Up on table 1, we're going to fold this. Table 4, we're going to fold this. I don't know what to mark Dulo as. He seems fairly fishy. Aces get into king queen, and aces win. Seems fair enough. Gonna make a note of how he played his aces pre though. Gonna fold this. I don't want to get mixed up out of position with this guy too often. Wait, what happened here? What are you doing the flop? You just flatted that flop? Oh, you didn't have a choice, okay. That makes sense. The other guy did some strange shots too, right? 4x open with 27 big blinds roughly. 30? Let's call it 30. And what did he do? He just shoved. So we have a little note now on this guy that he is somewhat telling the truth, and we have a note on the other guy that he can do bluffy things, right? I mean, we got one more big left, so I think we're gonna bet up here. This guy's 0.8 behind. He's gonna call. 77%, 86%, 100%. Alright. We will be shoving ace-8 offsuit if it gets to us. We won't really be too happy to do stuff if other people do stuff. Like this limp kind of handcuffs us a little bit. So because he limped, I think our fold equity is dead here. So yeah, this is nice. This gets us out of the way easily. No tough decisions, just move along. Okay. Here we're just gonna call. Don't really hit what we're looking for. Take a little time for a second and hit that check button. this guy's sitting out, blah blah blah. We just don't want to get sandwiched between these people with a 4 or 5 suited hand. We can't really play it post flop too easily. I think there's some good tournaments soon. Maybe I'm confused. Might be an hour from now. 28 minutes from now, there's a 55-cent 400 guarantee. But it's got 2 late re-entry kind of things going on. Not the biggest fan of those. So maybe we'll just see what's happening. Back on this table, this is how it ended. This is close. This is super close. I'm gonna fold it. I think what makes it close is the sitting out here, but I'm not sure that Kentucky or Junior Junum with their stack sizes care about us too much either. So I'm gonna change the music. Come on. Let's get some good music going. This is all supposed to be royalty free, but I'm sure that YouTube will let me know. YouTube and Twitch seem to do some strange ban things or banny things. We're on this table, we're gonna fold.
The shotgun lies empty and the magic comes from the radio.
We're on this table. Oh, this is close. I'm gonna fold it. I think that's probably on the bubble for fold.
Yellow lines, the red lights jumped at night time. And all the girls are singing home, sweet home.
On this table, we min open. Seemed like a decent hand. Could have stolen. All things we like to see. It's a really good flop for us, of course. I think over on this table, we're gonna just shove in King 10 offsuit. Suited would be way better, but we're gonna go for it. We c-bet on the other table. This one. It's half pot. Over here we get calls. We hit our king. Can we hold? Alright. And next hand, so next hand we got 4s. This could be a shove again, but I'm gonna fold it. I think we get less people believing us or folding, so our fold equity drops considerably. Over on this table, I think we call off mostly because we're suited. Get a 2, can we hold? Alright. It's a bit of a shame for that guy, but it's a smaller portion of our stack. The suited makes it worth it. I could be wrong on that too, though. I'll probably mark that. I've been a little lucky today. That's for sure. I'd rather be lucky than good is the typical term I've heard a lot, but I'd rather be both. I'd rather be good and lucky. Right? This guy min opens, this guy jams, it's only 14 bigs. This would actually play, like I'd call this if it was definitively heads up. I'm just going to fold it, just because this guy showed interest before, so I assume he might call this off. He doesn't, that's pretty sad for us. Oh, that's pretty sad. But we don't know anything about this Kachuni guy. Right? Gets to us, we're jamming. This is the bubble rush, right? So registration ends in 9 minutes. I'm not ecstatic about what I'm about to do here. But I don't think we give up on... Do we give up on 7s? No. I don't expect him to be super weak when he's min opening. He either has it, he either has something awesome, or he has like nothing. And he's just looking for a steal kind of thing. But here we go, let's hold. Hold, hold, hold. Can we hold? No. Alright, that's tournament life. We had it most of the way there. Right? Queen on the end was not too exciting for us. Let's just keep it moving. Gonna open this up. We're going 2.2 open. Could be a min open, but 2.2 seems fine. Dulau seems to be navigating his way through these stacks quite well so far. Get a repop by Arquis. We're just gonna flat it. We hit our jack. So I think we're gonna, like he had aggression pre-flop, we're gonna let him continue post-flop. Right? We're definitely doing a call-y or raisey thing here. I just don't know how often he can call. Let's do a raise. And it goes. Damn, take it down. I was just contemplating if we call that, how often we check and get him to raise again. I don't think it happens too often. Right? We're on table 1. Let's jam this. This guy's range is pretty wide. Alright, we're flipping for it. We are no longer flipping for it, and he locks it up on the turn. That is not good news for the hot 110. We're going to need to get some other tournaments up. Yeah, this is terrible, but we're going to jam it. Suited connector. We're putting in 1.7 to get 4.2. They could fold. It's pretty unlikely. I kind of expect Wally to fold more often, but I guess that's not the case now. Showing aggression is terrible for us. Ugh. Yeah, we're going to get locked out of that one. Alright. Seems like whatever luck we did have has left the building, but that's fine. I think we played these hands okay at the moment. Nothing spectacularly awful or wonderful either. So we knocked out of some of our big ones. Let's just keep grinding. Let's keep on the Grizzy. Let's get into some more just typical tournaments that we play. I mean, there's just high variance in the big ones. Just the way it is. Open under the gun, flat from someone. I don't really want to play this. Like, this guy's got 13 bigs behind. I call that. It's basically a stack's already in there. We would call on this flop, I think, but we could be easily pretty far behind. That 90 man is at 7 people registered now. I am done with registering that one. Need to mark up this table over here. Is that the same title that I gave to the other one? No. Have it on a no limit hold'em. Consistency. Let's be consistent. Alright. We get jammed on here. Do we like this? No. Are we doing it? Yes. Have some outs. Ugh. That's twice we've had it like pretty close to locked up on the turn, right? And the river just smacks us in the face. But that's fine. Let's go back to here. I mean, he's got 11 bigs left. Let's just put him in for it. See what happens. So I won a couple flips, and then I lost a couple flips. Took that one down. It's pretty good. I don't know if I should enter the other 360 coming up, or just start chilling in these 45 hands for a little bit. I think we're going to just go with the 45s. This table, we're just going to hit that hold button. Up on this, we're just gonna see this. This is a second hand or something. Half a big to be part of it. Nothing extreme or unusual. This one's a bit of a heartbreaker. It's gonna end registration in 1 minute. We're gonna be up before that, but that's not the big deal. Pays at 80 places. And we're gonna get crushed around 200, I think, pretty easy. I actually bothered to get water on the break, but I didn't bring it in with me. I don't claim to be the smartest person, folks. So we're pretty low in this tournament. I think we're gonna just wait for something semi-decent. Make that move when we have to. Got our final fourth table open for now, but we're probably gonna have to register soon for this guy. Up here, I'm sure we have odds to call this. My biggest, like, 4 is just a little high to begin with for this type of hand, in my opinion. We're in position, but I'm worried that these guys repop from behind. We certainly can't call once they repop. We'll see how that progresses. Although they don't have 3 bets in them too often. Anyway. We'll switch to table 2. Get this note done properly. Should probably just have a bunch of these I can just flip through, right? For all the different tournaments I play. That would probably make more sense. We opened here. It was just a min open. I think it's decent to min open this with these stack sizes. I'm not excited about Sir Doidera being a part of it in a like bloated way. That would be our one trepidation. We can see that Dulo doesn't really fold to c-bets too often. We're just going to check it back. This isn't really a believable board too much to c-bet. We can, you know, we have to have a queen exact. We're rarely going to have an 8. So it makes it difficult to bluff that. Out of position against 2 people. Just going to hit that fold button as an overbet by Christian. I'm going to fold this. We're gonna be out of this one pretty soon. We're trying our best not to be, but we're doing everything we can. Couldn't really do much with 4-2 offsuit. We're really looking for that one hand, and soon that hand's going to be picked for us. Just watching that king queen into the ace-3. Enjoying that 7% outer on the river. Oh, this song's no good. Let's move on. Cannot shove this. If we open this pre, we're going to c-bet it. And we get tagged back by Rock. He's pretty truthful post-flop so far. Across 187 hands. Now I wonder if we actually have equity in some way. I think we just fold it. That's probably one of the most punishing turns there could be. But that still doesn't discount the fact that people could already be there and have a better hand than that. And I certainly think with that jack on the river, it's possible we're dead. Alright. So that was low straight versus high straight. Okay, over on this one, we had an open, a shove back. We're not going to do much with 0.3 post flop, so we have to call this, I think. It's a real shame. We got there though. Well, we just can't fold that. So what? We get to 0.3, we shove. Imagine we just pick up aces, and we're almost guaranteed to win it or something crazy. So then you have like an 80-something% chance with aces to double 0.3 with your stack. Less than that, maybe 0.2. So now you're 0.4. Because the blinds are just running through you like rampantly. Not that we're in a good spot now. Up here, there's an open. There was a repop. I'm tempted to call it, so I will. I'm worried that this guy will just shove back over. If he does, we're going to get out of the way. But I think you might just want to see this. 1.3 to see it. And we're just going to check it down. Hopefully he continues with a check down too. I suspect he has an ace in his range. Or something like that. Overpairs I would have expected to bet the flop. Flushes would have bet by turn, I believe. We would have heard something about it. Alright, we both lose. Curious to see what he had, though. Ace queen. Okay, so he had us out pipped. Over on this table, we had an open, a call. You know, I'm actually tempted just to call this. We're going to be out of position. So ideally we should be bloating the pot a bit and trying to get a heads up. But at the same time, it's, yeah, it's just things we do sometimes. You don't always have to play big hands, big pre-flop. I think it's okay. Over here, we shoved with 8s pre-flop and ran it into king 10. There goes that one. And back on this one, he's now opening for pot. We have a 4-outer, but truthfully only 3 outs. We're gonna fold. People can do scary things behind us. Okay. So every big tournament we've entered so far is gonzo. Back here, this guy opened 3.5 before with ace queen. We're just gonna check it back. He checked it back too, right? When he didn't hit the ace or the queen. I think we're gonna keep checking it back. We have some showdown value. I was thinking of bluffing the turn. It's betting pretty small. We're gonna call. I'm gonna check back that river. See what he has. Expect him to have maybe a king here. He's got an ace. Yeah, we're done with that. You're done with that. Good job, sir. Probably extracted pretty good value from us if he had something pretty decent there, but Hot 55 has satellites for as little as 8 cents. I've never really got my head around satellites. I know that you can get way up there, but it feels like it just spikes your variance. Right? You're just playing in bigger tourneys than your bankroll should allow you to. I know there used to be a strategy before to play in them and then unregister to try and so you play against a softer field potentially to get the tickets and things for higher tournaments. Then you just unregister for tournament dollars, so you're, I don't know. I think it ends up being a good value thing if you're good at like hypers and things like that. I think that is one of the problems with most of these satellites. They're hypervariants. Good for some. Not quite for me. I'm starting to learn those types of things. Huh. So my table was off slightly. Okay. Pocket sixes again. Seems like Heinrich has been involved a lot. We're gonna open for 2.2 though. His standard opens mean 3.5, right? So I think we'll make a note of that. 3.5 open, ace queen, gun. Seems his standard opens as well. Okay. Gonna fold. Up on table 2. We are going to open for 2.2. Maybe in the early we should adopt something similar, more similar to Heinrich, where it's a 3.5 open. But 2.2 seems to have been getting it done for us. Do I want to c-bet into 2 people? Yeah, we'll give it a go. Problem is, I think that some of them might have a jack here. Jacks are more inside of calling hands, in my opinion. Now we have a straight draw, but the flush got there, potentially. So, I think we're going to bet. What does we hit value? Let's just think. If we bet and he has the flush, he raises us. If we check and he bets, we're maybe calling him. Let's just check it. Let's check it. So, betting on the turn could have knocked him off, thinking that we have a flush. Betting on the river now that we didn't bet the turn makes it less likely we had it, so backing off's okay. And I don't know if he holds on with that all the time. Maybe betting that would have worked. Let's see about this. 1/3 out of position. Okay, what have we seen from this guy? We could have. Let's do a little closer to half pot this time on the turn. That was a good turn card for us. Most likely, things that were ahead or behind on the flop are still either ahead or behind on the turn. I mean, if he spiked Queen 3 or something of that, then obviously we're wrong. But in general, that's not the case. Get a beautiful hand here. Let's see if these people play with it. These guys are so tight. I find it unlikely. SR Doidira might just shove. But we'll see. We're snap calling, obviously. Queens into aces. Can we hold? That would be ideal. Alright. Take it down. That's bad luck for him. You probably look down at those queens and think it's an amazing hand, and it is. It's really good in that spot with just 6 bigs left. You're small blind. Most of the time you're getting away with that, and if you aren't, you're usually doubling up off of it. So it's, you know, there's people talk about like bad luck, like bad variance, as in you were ahead with aces and lost to queens type thing. But there's also the bad variance of like you actually got dealt those queens when, like in the small blind, he got dealt those with 6 bigs when I got dealt the aces with, you know. So up on table 1, we're gonna try and apply some pressure. It took a little long, so it might not be so believable. I think we're just gonna check. Oh no, he doesn't seem to fold too often. Let's do a half pot. Apparently he does. No, he's he's at 33%, so we haven't seen too many. But you know, that's the first time he's folded to a c-bet really that we've seen. Maybe it's just too scary a board, but if that's the case, is he gonna continue later? I don't think so. We don't want him calling with like ace high of that kind of flush and then hitting on the turn for free. I think we have to charge it slightly. Over here, we're going to move to the min open. It would be a 2.2 if it was just us and Dulo, but 12x and 23, I think min does the job. A fold. Thanks for watching. If you're out there, appreciate it so much. Hit that follow button, please. I really try my hardest to do what I can for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Let's move over here. There's a limp ahead. I think we raise it. We don't raise this because we are ahead of Dana. We raise it because we want to get heads up with Dana in position. So if he's limping, he's typically calling. We're in trouble versus ace X type things, but I think four bigs gets this done if he doesn't have an ace. Okay, did I sort this table out? No. I feel like I should just copy it from one of the other ones by now, right? Okay. Alright, we're gonna call that. It might look a little strange that we're not repopping that, but he's opening under the gun, which is very different from limping under the gun, right? There aren't many people who like limp shove from early position, but there are more people who would open and then shove to a 4-bet type thing, right? So. Alright, let's sort this out. I'm gonna check back. Oh my god, just giving us the business. Enjoying it. We call or just like repop small on this guy up here? We flatted pre. We then called or checked the flop, and then we're just min repopping this. I think he's got pocket pairs here that are curious. Question is, how curious are they? Right? Pretty curious. I put him in like 10s, jacks. Oh, he had 4s. Okay. That's pretty curious, right? I mean, he's dead to a 7 there. I guess the 3 on the river, it helps us to make him call that, but I don't know if it's a good call, buddy. I'm curious as to what we knocked Hannibal off of, and I don't know if we could have extracted more value. Over on this table, we're just gonna hit the call button. Call. This guy's range, Patrick, is a little wider than most. I think there could have been reasons to call just to the min bets. I don't think I would have, but now that it's being repopped as well, we're definitely going to fold. See how this hand plays out. Queen wins it now. A lot of 2-pair combos out there, I think. Yep. Alex is showing that he had a king. Over on this table, these sort of things got in. On the pre-flop Grizzy. Pick up a decent hand. We're gonna min open it. This guy was short stacked. Ace Queen certainly the hand to do it with. It's interesting that this guy was messing around though with King Deuce suited. Was it? Didn't really catch it. Yeah, King Deuce suited. Flopped a flush draw, backdoor straight draw. Certainly gonna call this. We're not gonna be too quick in the call. Gonna make it feel agonizing. We hit on the turn, but it does open up for like how many flush draws out there are worse than ours is the question, right? Sorry, just making some decisions on others. We're gonna call for sure. I think he's doing this with a straight sometimes. But I don't think there's any value in betting, right? What happens if we bet and he shoves? So we're just going to call it off. Yep. I don't think he's calling us if we bet that, to be honest. I'll fold this. Over on this table, this is developed, and we're going to call it. A beautiful flop. We're going to check it back. I don't think there's any reason for a way to charge our own draw. We'll certainly call to bet, call. It's not the best turn, of course. And I think Mopar likely has a jack here. Jack or a set is possible. Kind of hoping Patrick calls. If he calls, we call. I think we still call. Okay. Question is, do we extract? I think we bet kind of like small. I think if he's curious, he'll call. If not, he'll shove. There we go. Pocket nines. Okay. What? What? And he called that river? Oh, well, we have this developing over here. We're gonna call. Check it back. Looks like we're gonna lose some chips on this one. I suspect their hands are stronger. If Alex comes over the top, yeah, we're just... We could have shoved pre. Damn. Got this going on up here. We're just gonna call. We opened for 2, and then it got like a small free bet. And now it's getting opened. We have overpair. This is the guy with 3 bet, and now he's donking after 3 betting, right? Yep, I'm gonna fold it. He's showing a lot of strength, but he did calm down. The river punishes us. We can't be results oriented. Let's see if it did make sense to fold the flop. It's representing like a straight, right? A straight or a 5 or something. Yeah, he got pretty deep in that. Just gonna flat this. Backdoor flush draw. I'm gonna fold it though. Let's imagine we get it in on the river, like a flush hits, right? There's still full houses that can beat us at that point, right? Unlikely, but it's possible. Just if you aren't drawing to the absolute nuts, sometimes it's not so good, and especially if it's a backdoor flush or a backdoor draw to the absolute nuts, I think that's probably a little ambitious. Getting a lot of like suited connectory kind of things, or suited aces, and seeing a lot of flops. Some are not so connecting. It's so cold. I need to turn this air conditioner down. I was not planning on that, but I might do it. Let's go to table 4. Got this action going on. So this guy's opening, I think, to steal, and then this guy's calling because he has actually got something. King 4 suited is not something we want to mix up in the middle. So I would put Ellie on something decent, and the other guy just on some weird steal range. But he's got to be a little scared of Fernandez coming in over the top. I don't think he's always getting away with just a steal. Pocket 2s. What did the other guy have? King 10 suited. It's not a terrible hand. I wasn't really expecting that to be in his range, to be honest. I guess it is, but it's kind of like the low end of his range, I assume. Right. Fold. Seems like this guy's starting to mix it up on our table. The Isle guy. We're in 45 minutes at the moment. 25 cents each. And we're looking at cash. We've entered some bigger kind of tournaments today, or like bigger fields at the very least. And didn't really hit anything significant. I think we got a little lucky early in parts of them, and then that little magic carpet ride of luck just kind of like got it out of the way and moved over to the side. We're gonna fold this. If we're in later position, I think we open it. One of the reasons we don't really want to mix it up as well is Rockin just seems to be part of a lot of things, and we could use that to our advantage if we're in position on him. Out of position, it's a little more difficult, and he's got 5 times our stack. We min open this. Could be a mistake. Could be a 3, like 2.2 open or something. But min I think is fine. We have double gut shot. 6 only real 6 outs, truthfully. We're gonna c-bet it though. So we have 6 actual outs, right? Because the flush might not be an out. That's 24% chance. Better at 1/3 of the pot. 9 doesn't really help us. Everyone came along. So kings might be more convinced that they're still ahead. A 9 is certainly convinced that they're winning. I think we just check it back. No one showed aggression to our bet, right? So we have no reason to believe someone's going to open this. Okay. We'll be calling. Gets repopped by Mopar. Such a shame. We went far too deep in this. Wow. Yeah. Never winning this at this point. We put too many chips in. But the way it went down, I don't think we could have escaped too easily. Maybe we just give up on the open near the end. Don't let people drag us in. Yeah. Enjoy your new chip lead, buddy. We went from 7th place to 12th. Not that that matters much, you know, we had a chance to go higher. KKK99. He's saying he had pocket kings. Anyone here believe that? I think he had a king. I don't think he had pocket kings. Maybe? Maybe he did. Got this developing up here. Min open from someone who's pretty tight. I think he's going to be an all-in, potentially. Could just be saying goodbye to a pocket pair here, of course. Yeah. I would put Raimrock in a higher cards. Oh wow. He's got to dodge the ace with 9. And he does it. Knocks him out. I didn't really expect 7s to be too much in his opening range from under the gun. I guess he was pretty deep though. Gets shoved ahead of us, which is a shame. We would have shoved had it gotten to us. Lines just went up, it looks like. Yeah. Got this little hand developing over here. And over here we finally have a hand that's doing something. It was limped to us, so we just checked it back. I think we just continue the check. Put some good pressure on. We're gonna fold. 4x is a pretty big portion of his remaining stack. Not significant, but it's big enough that it's making me think he's gonna go pretty deep. And he could already be ahead, right? I bothered to get water and I forgot to bring it in. Just wait 1 second, guys. Gonna be off headset.
On reality, I see my words roll down the street, but when the red light shines, I can hear him speak. Hold me, Daisy, Daisy, like a reckless fool. Tell me, Daisy, Daisy, are you meaning to?
Alright, I'm back on headset. Sorry about that, guys. Getting short stacked in this one up here, 22 of 23. This one we're 19 of 24, 14 of 29 in this, and 5 of 14 in this one. The little 14 of 29, we were deeper before, but we're kind of taking a little walk down Variance Road. We're going to call this though. Not the best flop for King 3 suited. I didn't really expect to hit that flop too hard anyway. I thought there's pretty good odds with these guys mixed up ahead. Up on this table, I think we're going to shove. I think we can't wait too much longer. I'm going to hit that call button on this one. It was a min bet from Orion. We're going to bet 1/3 now on the river. We get repopped by Mopar. He's been pretty truthful so far, but we're going to call it off and see. Yeah, he's the better king. And we got knocked out of this other one up here. Our ace-9 got into 8s, so we're pretty much dead on the flop. Let's move on. I think a tourney should be opening soon. Hot 55 guaranteed. 600. 23 minutes off though, I don't know. I don't know what we're supposed to do here, but I imagine that my hand is not amazing. Like, this guy's just putting maximum pressure because, yeah. Get out of the way. Wow, that's the exact railroad we would have needed to hit, but that's fine. I think we made the right move. Need to know. We'll be on break in about 3 minutes, so I think we're gonna cool off registration for a minute or two. And probably hit up that Hot 55 when we get a chance. Folded this. We're gonna fold this guy. All things that we should do. Sorry, I'm just grabbing something from behind my monitor. Didn't mean to scare you guys. Alright. This music is kind of strange, right? We've tried to make things happen on some of these tables, and we truthfully haven't really had the hands to do it yet. So we'll see. Oh, we got shot. I think checking back is the only real response here. Check back quick. Sometimes I feel like people check back quick because they literally don't have anything, or they have something so good they want you to think they don't have anything. And he's betting around half. Let's see if he's playing other tables. Not that this changes what we're doing. He's playing 3 tables. I'm gonna fold it. He's 1 of 9 in a 45 turbo for 55 cents. Or 50 cents, or whatever you call it. He's 12 of 23 and 60 27 in 2 other 45s. So, he's an okay player. Doing decent so far for himself. I believe this is a shove. Just gonna double check it. Small blind, 12 bigs, any king. Okay. It took a little long. That's one thing that could be bad there. I feel like sometimes when you take a long time, people are like, "Oh, should I? Should I call him?" 14 bigs from the small blind, or the button rather. That would have been a shove with King 9 suited. We cannot shove now that Peter Art has decided to be a part of this. So we'll give up there. Certainly gonna fold now, right? This looks pretty strong. What? Like, what is this guy super small 3xing? Right? I would put him on Ace King, Kings, Queens. I don't think there's any reason for him to be doing that with any other type of hand. Yep. How many bigs did he have before? Like 35? What was it? 4.9? 2, 3, open. Alright. I'll be back, guys. Thanks for hanging around. Appreciate it so much, and I will see you soon. Gonna probably make sure to go on the break so that you guys can see it. There we go. Alright. Back in a couple minutes. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear me too well. Off the hood part of the hoodie, which is the favorite part of a hoodie. But let's take a soft break. Bam. Let's pop us back in. We're on 3 tables at the moment. As you can see, they're all 25 cent 45 mans, 17 to 22 top left, 18 to 24 bottom left, and 5 of 13 bottom right. I'm gonna pop it back to top left. I'm actually not feeling too well today, so I think I'm going to probably finish out these tables. I was really wanting to play the Hot 55 that starts in 13 minutes, make a run at that progressive knockout that starts in 58 minutes, and I was really excited about that in my mind. And then I just thought about, like, I'm just looking at it, the tournament, the Hot 55, or sorry, the 110. So it doesn't even start registering for 1 hour, and I'm not feeling well already. So it's 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., and by 2 p.m. it's not going to be good, you know? I'm not going to be feeling that well. Then it's going to take registrations for another hour. It just feels, probably like negative EV. I think we can min open this and do things, but I think we just shove it. I think we just want to put maximum pressure, pick up free chips if they're out there. If they're not and someone calls, it's a bit of a shame. But I think it's a decent hand to be doing this with. We don't really want to min raise and just see a post flop with 12 bigs left. Getting it in is fine. Pre-flop king queen offsuit. By the way, I shouldn't really be adjusting my play. Like if I don't feel well, I just don't grind for 6 hours or 8 hours or something like that. But truthfully, my gameplay, people talk about your ability to play. I'm gonna try and steal this. These guys both look like they're sitting out. Get a call, which is a shame, especially considering this guy does not fold c-bets. So I'm gonna check it back. We get punished. Looks like he knew what we do, that he knew. Yeah. Anyway, I feel like, let's imagine I have an A game. So when I'm feeling really great, I'm playing my A game. And then let's imagine when I'm feeling poor, like when I'm not feeling well or just not feeling like playing, that I can still win, but I'm playing at my my B game, right? I don't think that my B game is necessarily as good as a lot of people's B game. I need to bring it up. I feel like my B game, like when I'm not feeling well, is probably somewhere near like a C or D in comparison to my A game. So what I really need to do over time is just figure out how to play my A game more often, even when I'm not feeling well, and just make it my standard. We're gonna min open this again. See if we can get it through this time. I feel like Mopar has some sort of notes on us or something. He's really, yeah, does some strange stuff. We're gonna c-bet just 1/3 of the pot. See what he does to it. He folds it. That's good. I think we've actually got 2 folds out of him now. So maybe selectively c-betting might be a good thing to him. But truthfully, he can punish us so much because he's got position on us. Over on this table, getting min opened. This guy, does he open from the small blind? He does. We'll call. He checks, we'll bet. He bets, so we'll fold. We could have 3-bet that pre to just try and take it away, but he's got 3 times our stack, and he's done quite well. I think he came from a shorter stack and he's worked his way up, so he's been doing okay. I think these guys on this table have been a little more bubble aware than I have. Not that I'm folding for bubble, but I just mean they're like being aggressive near the bubble, right? And that's what you should ideally do. We're wanting jacks to win here. Sorry, Rodrigo, but that's our goal over here. This is a tough decision land. This gets limped by someone who's been insanely tight, and then someone opens up. I think we fold it. I don't love it, but we do. Get punished. This over here, we're just open shoving. Right? I think Maxim will call us a fair amount of times, but we might double up off it. I think we could even shove 4s here. Only thing stopping me thinking about it is that they might think that we're just doing this super light at this point. I think we go for it. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks even more that it's 8s. You know, it could have been like ace-x or something, right? But we're flipping with that. Dominated by 8s, of course. I think 4s are definitely shoved there, though. Missed the final table by 1. Over on this table up here, we're 14 of 21. We've had some good chances at some stuff today. I don't know if we've misplayed stuff, to be honest, but we've had some good chances, so I can't complain. King 8 offsuit. I'm gonna mark this hand. So this is, I'm not gonna play this, but I'm gonna mark it so I can tell in the future if I did something wrong there. I feel like that's near the bubble of yes, no, and I'm not sure which side it should fall. Getting a little bit of the business. 6s get into 9s, and 6s are going to lose that race when the 9s hit a 9. So it could be, given that he shoved that on a Jack 4-9 board, right? So he's pretty happy with the pair, and not the highest pair represented on the board either. It's interesting to note. We see Douglas just open now, 2.5, and it will be stealing the big blind, I think, is his purpose for doing this. Fold. We're 19 to 23 here, 15 to 21 on the other one. Not really going too deep. Just gotta keep trying. Let's finish this up. Wow. Interesting, right? At least I believe that was an interesting hand. Ended up being a straight, and the other guy was holding on to a full house the whole time. Maybe he just was worried he wasn't the toppest full house. Right? I don't know. That's really strange. Now Ace-Jack and King-Queen get it mixed up. Patrick gets back a bit of his stack back after the last one. Jogubem. I don't know what that means. It's Brazilian, I imagine. Jogu could be game, I mean, or something. I don't know. Piso básico. So these two are talking with each other in a language that everyone sitting at the table currently does understand what that means. Sua eka eu ero quando o volto no river. Something about no river? I don't know. Mas aqui é difficult mesmo. I think he's saying something like 25 cent now. Maybe he's just saying it's difficult to get it in. Difícil imaginar. Oh, I can't read it quick enough. I think he's basically saying it's hard to get it in. So that's why he did what he did. We're gonna call this one. We ain't ecstatic. We like that pre-flop though. And we like that river. It was looking like choppy things could happen if the river didn't hit. So this is probably tournament in this one, right? I don't think we're way ahead, but I think we need to do it. He's showing that he folded a queen. Okay, buddy. Why are you opening a queen? Maybe he's trying to show me that he had something, maybe? You know? Alright, we finally get to pick up that. Over on this table, I'm tempted to try and steal. I'm gonna give it a go. Just a little min open. May have taken too long, but I think it's fine. Get it through. This gets opened. We're just gonna jam it. Gets folds. Over on this table, we got an all-in, an overshove. So under the gun just goes for it. The other guy just is a little fed up with life at this moment. Calls it off. But not just a call, he reshoves it. So I think he reshoves it with hands that are not as good, really. Right? Is he reshoving with aces, kings? I don't think so. Queens? Probably not. Possibly. But I think he flats with things like that more often. Back on this table, we're gonna open. Last time we had a dynamic where this guy opened and we shoved, so I imagine he might shove and we'll just call it off. But he did not. Here it's ace jack to king 10. So he's doing like a little bit of a protection shove, right, on something like that. We'll go back to our hand though. We should be c-betting, so we will. Pocket pairs are pretty happy here if he's got one. We're unlikely to... yeah, there we go. Six of 19 now in this tournament, and 14 of 20 in this one. We'll head on back though. He folded to our shove last time, so was it him? We're just gonna call. Certainly a good hand to call. That's not my question. My question is what's gonna happen post flop, and what can we do? I think we just give up. Maybe we just play this kind of thing too weak. We could 3-bet it pre, and then give up, or shove it pre and hope. I think shove pre actually could have been the best option there. I'm gonna mark it for review later for myself. I think we can try and steal this. Over on this table, we're gonna fold. Sucks because Patrick's just picking on the blind, so he doesn't necessarily have something good. But we can't be defending it too often with that type of hand. Back here, we just get shoved on. Just gonna give up. We min open this. We're gonna do a 1/3 c-bet. That's what we've been doing typically. He could have a better jack, but we're probably going to do this type of thing with this guy. We might be behind. Okay, so pocket nines doesn't believe us. Pick it up. Eru. Eru. Tipo easy aggro I think he's making fun of our play, like saying we're too aggressive, which is fine. KKK Barilo. Try bet Nisport Nunca Abluf. Like he's just, I mean, he could be a better player, right? And maybe he's just sad that his like outplay didn't work or something weird. I don't know. But we're gonna note that. Right. $70 big blinds deep, right? I think he was maybe 90. Like this guy had a crushing stack. 3 flats, 2 min open. What do we have? 20x stack. Jack 2, 6, 8, 2. What did he do? Check. Chat slash 3 bet slash call off shove. So I mean that's on him, right? Just shows kind of play he did. I think he should have maybe aggressed pre-flop, or should have just been lighter post. Now we got 3 people talking. So let's say that he got mad, right? Because I think he did. Okay. He said he was talking Brazilian, but I think Brazilian is Portuguese. But I'm honestly not too aware of things like that. Keep flipping to tables that aren't there. But up here, there's a limp, then this guy opens. I think we don't want to really play our 8-5 at that point. Guy's just talking so much over here. I can only imagine he's single tabling if that's the case. He's double tabling in 2 tables, 9 of 15 and 4 of 19. So he's doing well. I don't know how many he started with today, but he's doing well in these. Trying to look these people up. Patrick is also on 2 tables. He's 9 of 19 and 2 of 16, or 226. So he's also doing quite well. Maybe I should just note these people, right? Multi. We got back to a full table on this guy over here. On this one, I think there are reasons to steal. Their stack sizes are reasons not to, so we're gonna fold. And certainly our hand strength is a reason not to. Our hand strength there is miserable. And I think we got the business right from Poker Blast last time we tried to min open. And pretty lucky we didn't get involved in this one. Not lucky, pretty happy, I suppose, is the better term. I think A7's offsuit is fine to shove there, and obviously kings are fine to call, and I think that's a pretty standard thing going on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think, to be honest with you, I said I'm not feeling well, and I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately. I went to bed, so last night, not last night, but the night before last, I was grinding during the day, and then I played another session 2 or 3 hours from midnight to 3 a.m. Then I woke up around 5 a.m., did a bunch of stuff here, and then I grinded from 1-ish to 7, I think, or something like that. So 1 p.m. to 7, And then last night I did a bunch of stuff for my blog, and I ended up staying up till 3 a.m. again, and then I woke up this morning at 9. So I actually got a decent sleep. No, wait, I went to bed around 4, right? 4:30. Woke up at 9. So across 2 days, I probably had 8 hours of sleep across 2 days, which isn't terrible, but it's not good, I don't think, for you. We could min open this, but I think shoving makes more sense. What do we do if we min open and then we get someone deciding to flat, and then someone else flats, and then someone else shoves? It makes it more difficult for us, whereas we can just take chips pre-flop, and we have a good hand. Our hand is good pre-flop, right? If we get to a flop of 2, 8, 9, how good is our hand at that point? And someone's betting into us. It's not very good. It still has odds, equity and outs, but I think it's not very good in that scenario. Okay. Bingo Bango. Chivavalio is gone. And Rafaluntes, whatever his name is good. Okay, had Poker Blaze shoved and everyone else folded, we would have called. Because Cuevier called and overshoved, we're gonna fold. I actually don't ever expect him to have aces or kings here with the overshove. There we go. So that was an interesting hand. Ace-9 offsuit will be a shove if it gets to us, because that makes sense to me. Poker Blaze might not be so ready to ship it in now that he just won one. We certainly have the odds to do it. I think a lot of things line up to yes. So we do it. We just pulled out a little trigger. Here I'm wondering if we pick on them. Poker Blaze has showed a lot of aggression though. And Cuevier might be a little bit tilted that he lost. I think he might call him off. No? Wow. Kind of hoping he'd call him off. I think that'd be more fun for us. It kind of sucks because I do feel like this dynamic between the two people to our left is going to blow up in a second. Otherwise I would be stealing here, or attempting to steal. But Lionel Glass is probably quite inside that shoving range himself soon. So there's a couple rules. Dutch Boyd, I watched some of his stuff, and he's an excellent player and has some good ideas and thoughts. And one of them is you don't want to like attack or pick on a sinking ship. So someone who's just lost a bunch of their chips and might have like 2 chips left or something, you probably don't want to be aggressive towards them with something that isn't real, because they're at that point in their life where they've lost their flip once or twice and they're just done with it. They might just get in with nothing, they might just get in with something, but either way they're kind of done, right? So don't attack a sinking ship is one of the things, and I like that. The other thing is you need to be a little worried about shoving into a stack that covers you significantly, right? So beware of the shorts and beware of the talls, I guess you could call them, but beware of big stacks and small stacks. Open from under the gun, under the gun +1. This guy is pretty tight, but yeah, we're gonna fold. I think we would call it if we were in the big blind, because we would have to call for less and we have no chance of someone opening it up behind us. But as soon as it gets like, we just don't really maneuver that too well post flop out of position, and I think that's a good reason to fold it. And this guy Douglas has a decent hand range here, I think, right? He is the guy who kind of blew up, so that's also another reason not to get mixed up. He might do things that are difficult to navigate with just because he thinks that we're a fish, or whatever he was saying in Brazilian that we don't know. Portuguese, rather. Alright. Alright, this table, we are going to fold this. It doesn't seem like he probably has too much there, but he's got to have something better than us at that point. We're going to shove this. We're not excited about it, but 6-8 offsuit is decent shove here, I'm sure of that. Get the fold. That's lovely. This is exactly what we're looking for. King 6 offsuit would be a shove if we didn't think that these guys could do super aggressive things behind us. Now it's taken away from us by Lionel. He hasn't opened a single hand in 55. That was his first. I can only assume that was decent. Back on this table, I think we could just do shovey things. Can we? Let's just do a min OP thing. Open thing. This guy might think that we're just picking on blinds. We pick up a 9, which is amazing. He min bet, so let's min bet his min bet. I mean, it's kind of giving away our hand strength a little bit that we want to get more in. But he's just min bet protecting, or he's actually got something he wants to get it in with, I'm not sure. So ace 4 got there, right? What else got there? 6-7 got there. We're just betting. Jamming that river. Maybe this is terrible. Maybe he never calls a full. Yeah. Maybe we should be betting half, or like 5 or something really strange that he can call. I'm not sure. But he's going to be one of these guys. And let's go back to table 1. Got some action between two people. The lower stack gets chipped out, which is good for us in a way, I think. We're actually kind of lowish ourselves. If it gets to us, we're definitely shoving this. I don't know if we shove back into Bahana. I know he's stealing. Is it? Wait. Let's just fold. I think there's a dynamic here where poker calls it, and then 10-jack offsuit is probably asking for trouble. Let's... yeah. So that would have been a pretty sad hand to shove back in and get raped, is the way I would put it. Here, we might be able to pick on glass. Can we? No. I think our stack's too low to actually min bet, so it's either a shove or it's a fold. I would love to min bet, but yeah, here we go. Lionel is starting to change his play. We're gonna just open this all the way with ace queen offsuit. Bahana might call us a fair amount of times. He's deep stack. We got a nice little hand over here. I think we're just gonna put the min bet out. Se u entronameo, o vice entrana. I don't know what you're saying, but This guy's 3-betting. He 3-bets 12% of the time. Mostly from the button. We will flat it. Up on this one, we're gonna jam. I think this guy's stealing a fair amount of times. Exact same hand. We have better odds potentially. It's gonna run out in our equal favor. We're just gonna call this, right? Unfortunate that a 10 falls off. That doesn't really help us much. If he jams, we're calling though. We're jamming. We have a flush draw. We can hit a queen, a diamond. We have top pair, top kicker. Good things. Hopefully he doesn't have better things. Let me take it down. A queen? Yeah. That's exactly what I had, bro. It's not. Larga Charanda Agora. And now he's getting on the bandwagon that I'm some like crazy aggressive guy. Alright. Started. Loading. Okay. You can watch it on the stream. You can see exactly what I did. I don't think I was overly aggressive with the way it went down. Okay, we just pick up a free pot there. We actually wouldn't have minded like an open and then shoving back in. But maybe we're flipping in that scenario, so it's not always perfect. Here we don't really want to flip against this guy. We don't know anything about him. Just gonna fold it. Vida que sig. This guy on this other table, this one right here is like Grand Kitty in that, like he's just constantly talking, and I don't really understand what he's talking about. We're gonna get out of the way here. I think there's a good reason for Christian to get in here, pre-flop. Back up here, let's have a look at this. This will push us to final table. Alright. Pop that in the chat. I don't think it really is that important to hit a final table. Like, it's good, but it doesn't have that much importance on a 45 man. It's, you know, you're not guaranteed to do it, but here we go. How does this guy play it? Okay, we're gonna fold this now. We might have opened. I think we just fold it. He's changing his game up slightly. We're not in the money yet, so we won't turn it red. I want to see how he played his king's post flop though. We get called. Standard. No big deal. We might learn more from how Christian played that hand, to be honest. Queen off. Got some notes out there. These guys just keep talking. I really wish I could speak Portuguese at this point. A little all-in pre-action. Ace Queen takes down the twos, but doesn't knock him out. Can get out of the way. Pahana is the massive chip lead at this point, and I don't think he's played terribly in any way. He's actually put a lot of pressure on throughout the tournament. Over here, this happened. Easy call, the guy's saying, I think. I don't know. Let's keep an eye on the main table, right? I'm gonna fold this. So as we were trying to say, Pahan, I'm gonna call him Pahana. Pahan tended to do aggressive good things. He got post flop and did things post flop. Like he just kind of turned on the aggression and kept the aggression on, but he wasn't overly so. Like I think I saw him fold to my shove when I didn't really deserve to be folded to at times. Or, you know, maybe he could have just called if he was super loose. So I think he's showed tempered aggression, which I think is the goal of poker, truthfully. And what else can we denote from this table? So he's the massive chip lead. Beyond that, oh my god. Now it's Ninholm, who just knocked someone out, who is second chip lead. And beyond that is Neil Marks, who doesn't play much at all. He plays a lot of games. He's actually in 5 different tournaments in a 220 deep stack, 87 to 130. That's pretty sweet for him. We're gonna fold this all in. He's also 3 of 8 in this, 18 of 19, 16 of 38, 16 of 43. Like he's doing some decent stuff, right? Do we have marked as a multi-tabler? Yeah. So he usually plays 12 and he's down to 4 or 5. It's interesting to note, right? Over here, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna go with the old check and fold. I don't know if he's trying to induce. Yeah, you can have it. It's fine. We got to see 4 cards with our 5s. Pretty excited with that. Up on this table, I think we're supposed to shove if it gets to us, and we might do that. Snoopy might not give up too often, but I think a shove is the right move. Okay, well it's shoved before, so we don't have a chance to do anything. We're gonna fold it. On this table over here, I'd be tempted to steal, except there's only 10.2 bigs from this guy. These two keep talking so much that they're either super friendly or they're about to get it mixed up. I'll let them figure that out. Yeah. I haven't really seen him put 12.5 in before. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We're going to find out. King 6 versus Queen 5. Our Ace 3 would have been ahead technically, and Queen 5 gets knocked. Alright, back to here. Let's fold. Gets opened by Pahan. There's two people below us. This guy's not truly below us, but I don't see a reason to be calling an under the gun open from the big chip lead over there. I think we could shove our A7. I think we're in a world of super sad hurt when we get a call. I think it's... I don't know. I don't expect Hannibal to call us too often. Alright. Get it through. A little worried for a second. I'm gonna fold this. This dynamic over here, I think Douglas is kind of fed up with us. So I think we're just gonna take our time. Who is the low of the tournament? It's the guy sitting out, huh? And then someone on the other table. I think up here, 6s could be a shove, but I'm gonna fold it. And I'm only folding because of ICM. We're way ahead of some other people. It makes more sense. Back here we're gonna min open. We have position now, and we don't know much about Daruda yet. We know that he now calls though. We're gonna put in a little c-bet. Calls it. Hit a 4 on the turn. I think we c-bet as a protection bet. I don't imagine he's actually folding too often. Ugh. Let's check it back. Yeah, he had a good hand. These guys are gonna look at this as aggressive, which is fine. So we just chipped off some of our stack, unnecessarily so, but that's fine. We didn't know much about Daruda. Now we know a little more. I should keep focus on here, huh? We saw some chips fly towards Hannibal. We're 5 of 8. I feel like Milmarks will pick on us if he folds. It's amazing. We can't do anything with our current hand, but we're gonna do a little song and dance. Milmarks is applying correct pressure at this point, I believe. I think we're shoving if it gets to us. Obviously not excited with a call if it comes there. Now that it's opened by Vahan, we're folding. The other table is just as interesting, if not more, I imagine. Gets folded to us though. So we pick up some free blinds, that's good. Over on this table, I'm trying to think of reasons not to shove ace-9, and I can't think of them, so I'm doing it. It gives us more, like, they just think we're super loose. It angers Douglas. I like angering Douglas if I can. Interesting that just that 2 big blind jump put us to 5 of 10 when we were like 7 of 10 a second ago. Up here, I think I could put pressure, but I'm just gonna fold. You know, we talked about this before. This is like you're leaning on people's stacks and they're a sinking ship. Picked up over here, free blinds. We just opened it, went our way. Everyone folded. Back here, we saw that Snoopy opened to Israel Billy, and Israel Billy just folded, which is something to maybe note. You know, like he had what, 2 bigs or something behind. Maybe he's just really thinking other people are going to mix it up, and that's of course possible. We're 5 of 8. Everyone's got to make some moves except Pahan and Nin. Maybe Nil is okay for a little bit. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, kind of low. Gonna edit my title. I'm gonna fold this. Head on over to this guy, which we made final table of 2. Kind of hard to tell which table will be more entertaining for you guys. Ace Queen off will be a shove. I don't really want to see anything from no marks. Yeah, we're just gonna we're just gonna grab this and put it in. Get a call. Get 2 calls. That's probably not good for business, but we could be ahead or we could get there. Or not ahead, we need a queen. Well, we get knocked out in 8th place, just outside the money with our good old ace queen. Let's focus on this table. I don't think we're ever supposed to fold that. ICM might allow for that at some point, but truthfully, do the right thing. Ace queen off is a shove at that point. No question. Just a shame everyone, or shame people woke up with something, right? Here we have limp, call. I'm gonna do something here. I don't know if it's good. I'm gonna shove. Right, I'm moving to limp. Call, call, call. 6 free bigs. We only have 20 now, but at the time I think it was probably a 25% increase roughly of our bankroll, just to get them to fold that. And we also have a decent hand, right? We might just like check it back free and outplay post flop out of position, or we could just jam it, take down some free chips, not have to maneuver post flop. I think Patrick might end up being this kind of guy. Minu Undojo. We don't know much about. Darunda. Fold. I think we're going to shove the A7 off there, by the way. But we have 2 stacks behind us that cover us, one that's shorter, and we have a ton of people who are below us in the tournament at the moment. 4 people, actually. It makes sense to fold. In my mind, I keep questioning that ace-queen on that other table. I know it was the right thing, but for some reason I just keep questioning it. You know? It didn't end up the right way, so that's a reason to question. It's a results-oriented reason, but it's a reason. Unfold that. Let's get out the white. Just watching that ace queen hand come through. I'm so sick. Thanks for watching, by the way. Hit that follow button if you're out there. I'm gonna fold. No reason to get aggressive with 7-4 offsuit. We can see so far, it looks like Alexei is kind of a loose type of player. We know Douglas doesn't like us and mixes it up a bit with us. Alias is sitting out. Daruda is kind of loose. Minyu Nundojo seems like super loose. I'm not really sure how he got as far as he did so far. Unless I'm misunderstanding something. My wife has just brought me some food, so I'm gonna eat that for a second. I'm gonna mute my mic so I don't give you guys something strange to listen to. But enjoy the music, and I'll be back in just a minute.
To lose, and they are too tight and not what I deserve. But I'm not gonna scream for you to only have hands over your ears, and I'm not gonna plead for you not to know me when they go.
Alright, sorry about that, I'm back. You saw me shove earlier. Just finish off this hand. And get some stuff into perspective. Wow. I think we're gonna get out of the way of this. It seems strange, right? But why would we mix it up when there's a good chance that Iolysis will drop before we do? There we go. Nope. So back on this one, we just shoved because there's only 8.6 behind, and this guy looked like he was sitting out at that point. And king is good versus one person, and for 8.6 bigs, so he's went for it. Tried to pick up lines. It doesn't kill our stack even if he wins it. It hurts, but we wouldn't have been out, so got a little this action going on. Got a 5-minute break, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of it, and hope you guys hit that follow button. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I'm not hitting this ready button ahead because I need to get some water and things like that. Really appreciate you guys being out there. Let's bring out this, and I hope you guys stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. I'm back. Thank you guys for hanging around. Appreciate it so much. Let's have a look at what's going on out there in the world. Let's take a soft break. We ain't breaking no more. Our table is, but we're not. So let's do a little of that action. Be back pretty soon. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
If I took the sand out of the hourglass, I could build a new beach for you. If I took the bricks from the wall that falls to the ground, I could build a new house for you.
House for you. Alright. We're 5 of 6 in the 45 man. That's a 25-cent entry, and I can probably do things like this. You guys can see the payouts. Alright, 36 cents for 7th, 62 goes up to 93, $1.29, 170, 222, and 323 back for first place. This is our target, but any money between is good too. I'm pretty sure that's everyone's target here at this game at the moment. And we'll head back to the table. Looks like this guy's taking his time. Maybe he didn't come back from break quite yet. I don't know. We're second lowest stack. Patrick to our right is the lowest stack, but the difference isn't that big. He's kind of aggressive. I expect him to get his stack back. We can't really defend 9-4 off, so I assume we might lose it here to Patrick when he does something aggressive. Yeah. Just gonna let it go. Wait and look for better spots. Lines just jump up. So now we're 14 bigs, and these guys have 40, 30, all those types of things. We're just going to shove. We would shove this even if he's here. The fact that he was not is also a shove reason, but he's back. Base 6 off is certainly a shove though. 14 bigs. And considering we're, like, even though it looks like we're 5 of 6, we're kind of pretty even for 6 of 6. So we need to make some maneuvers, some moves. So what do we do there? Do we min open? From small blind to a big blind? Do we fold it? I don't think we fold that hand specifically.
If I took the bricks from the wall that falls to the ground, I could build a new house for you. I would take the blue from your mood and use it too. I could put it in the sky for you. I could take the noise from your mind and make it.
Pocket eights will be a Jamarooney. Good called by Jax. Looks like our tournament run is probably going to end pretty quick. And it's over. Alright, we got 6th place. I mean, we're never not jamming 8s there. So, a bit of a shame. That will be it for today. I'm gonna just have a quick look at how we did. We're certainly down. Didn't really hit it today. Come on, old manager. Do your jab. No, that was yesterday. Let's go today. Doesn't matter sometimes. Today we we're down $2.13. We didn't really cash too well overall. Our big tournaments didn't come through. We got kind of deep in some, and then they just kind of like flattened out. In the 45 mans, we actually did decently, right? We had a 10th finish, an 8th finish, and now a 6th finish. So we managed to find that final table, or close to. We just seemed to get into like a flippy situation, or